Kia ora everybody, it is fantastic to see another very large turnout for what is at least the third rally that we've held in Palmerston North, protesting our concerns about the Trans-Pacific Partnership. As I've said each time I've spoken to you before, I want to start with a confession. I am not opposed to free trade. I think that free trade can be beneficial to our country. However, everybody here knows that the Trans-Pacific Partnership is not just a free trade agreement. It is a treaty that, if we sign, has the potential to take away huge volumes of our national sovereignty. It has the potential to destroy our ability to legislate in favour of our environment. It has the potential to destroy our ability to legislate for the public health of New Zealanders. It has the potential to destroy our ability to ensure that the investments that our government makes are ethical and are made in the interests of the people of New Zealand. So we have to make sure that this government, when it's negotiating on our behalf, is negotiating for us. And we have to trust this government to be at the table working in the interests of every New Zealander. But unfortunately, we all know that this government does not have a very good track record for working in the interests of every New Zealander. It's good at working for Sky City. It's good at working for Shell. It's good at working for the Warner Brothers, but it is not good at working for New Zealanders. So we ask that this government actually shows some transparency around this agreement. And they keep telling us, no. We can't have more transparency. That's not the way we negotiate. Well, when the Labour government negotiated the free trade agreement with China, we had Greenpeace involved. We had Business New Zealand involved. We had the Council of Trade Unions involved. We made sure that there were voices at the table that gave New Zealanders an opportunity to participate in those negotiations. There was a way of ensuring that there was more transparency than what is being delivered by this government right now. And actually around the world there is a move towards greater transparency in these types of negotiations. You'll be aware that America is negotiating with Europe for a very similar agreement. But there has been a view expressed from the Europeans that this needs to be done with a lot more transparency and a lot more participation from ordinary people in Europe and America than what is being shown in the TPP and what is being shown in these agreements in the past. There is a movement towards greater transparency, and our government needs to be part of that movement. They're very happy to look into your emails. They're very happy to listen to your phone conversations. They really want to know what you're up to. They want transparency from you in your life, but they're not showing the same level of transparency in what they are doing. That is hypocrisy. And we need to tell our government, like we are, repeatedly, that it's not good enough and they can't do that in our name. So thank you so much for coming out today. We want this deal to be made, if it's made, in the interests of all New Zealanders. And if it can't be made in the interests of all New Zealanders, then it must not be signed. It must not be signed if it is a deal for the corporations. It must not be signed if it is a deal to get rid of the sovereignty of New Zealand. It must not be signed if this is simply going to make our country the 51st state of America. So make your voices heard. Tell your friends. I spoke to someone just this morning who didn't know what this was that I was coming to today. There are still people out there who don't know what the TPP is. We need to spread the word, and we need to demand transparency from our government, and we need to demand that our government will stand up for our interests and demonstrate that it truly is working for New Zealanders. Kia ora tātou.